Talk, and this is the great outdoors. But what happens when you're stuck inside at your office and on the computer all day? You miss all the greenery around you. Well, I met a guy who's going to tell us exactly how to bring the outside in to our offices. What are the benefits of having plants in the workplace?
Well, there's a lot of benefits in the workplace. In fact, of the green building trends that we see and the need for green buildings, the LEED certification for green buildings plants are now a part of that. And you can get LEED credits for using plants in the work environment.
Oh.
And it's one of the few natural air purifiers. I mean, we can bring in mechanical air purification systems, but plants will naturally clean the air around us. There's toxins in the glues of the carpets to the computers and machinery around us.
Yeah.
Well, they'll filter out the dirty air and the pollutants that's put out by the buildings, and then replenish it with fresh air.
Wow, these are great. And I always
Yeah.
heard it's difficult with orchids because of light and everything. How do you get these orchids to be so beautiful?
This is a Phalaenopsis orchid, and they are initially grown in a greenhouse, and then we bring them into the interior environment here. And once they're in the blooming stage, they're actually fairly easy to take care of. The biggest misnomer is they need a lot of water. Well, that's the kiss of death. They hate to sit in water. So very little water, just enough moisture to keep around the roots, and they'll stay like this for 2 or 3 months usually. This is a Dracaena. The Dracaena variety comes in a lot of different varieties, but this is an excellent air purifier for the interior environment.
Okay, and it looks really hardy.
Very hardy. This one's easy to take care of, very little water, and
look at these shiny leaves.
Yeah.
Do you like polish these leaves?
We do polish them.
They're
yes.
beautiful.
Yeah. So we dust them, we trim them, we put a little polish on there, keep them nice and clean.
That's great.
So they look nice all the time.
Good deal.
Another benefit of plants in the workplace is not just the air purification, but the morale, the sense that people have when they're around plants.
Uh-huh.
There's a term coined by Dr. Edward Wilson called biophilia, and that is our natural desire to draw close to nature. And we may not be consciously aware of why we like plants, but people just like being around plants. And the bottom line is, just aesthetically, it's beautiful to have. Anything of beauty around creates a sense of calm and peace.
Absolutely.
Doctors' offices use plants extensively to create calmness and confidence in their waiting areas, and also in your home. Plants in the home are not only beautiful and add to the decor and accentuate kind of what you've put together there, but they create an environment of peace and calmness too. This plant is a Aglaonema. And Aglaonema is also an excellent air purifier. Some plants will purify the air better than others, and that's definitely one of the more prolific air purifiers.
Yeah, and I like the colors in this. Now,
there's variations.
tell me about, when you're talking about decor, how you choose plants to kind of, what fits where with your decor.
Some plants are more contemporary, some are more traditional. Also, the containers are a huge part of that. So we can create a traditional look with, urns and things like that to do, or a more contemporary sleek look, like maybe you'll see here in the office. So some plants have more structured, architectural, sharp shapes to them that we'll use in contemporary. We're doing Mediterranean, we use more of the palms and that type of thing. This is a bromeliad. It's related to the pineapple. If you've ever looked at the top of a pineapple, you'll notice it looks kind of like that leaf shape to it. And they put out a lot of different colors in orange and pinks and reds and burgundies. They're great for fall color. You can bring in orange and yellows and add a little splash of fall. And the color on there will last about 3 months.
Nice.
And a lot of times people tell me, oh, I have this plant, but I kill it. I can't keep it alive. They're not killing it. It only lasts about 3 months. Then this flower fades and dies off, and all you're left with is the foliage. Businesses that display plants are perceived to be more successful, and people feel more confident in dealing with those businesses that display plants.
Oh, good to know.
So there's a lot of corporation, hotels, model homes, they all use plants for that very reason, because they know there's a psychological benefit for their client. Each of the individual offices within this office has plants. And these are, this particular office is a stock brokerage firm, and they're in here all day long at their desks selling stocks. And the studies have shown that having plants around the work environment has increased their productivity.
You're inspiring me to get plants back in my house.
Good, you gotta have it.
I have some fake ones, but it's not the same.
It's not, and you know what, sometimes we'll mix the live with the silk to create a nice visual effect, but you'll still get the real feel of the live plant. You can feel when the plants are real versus artificial. So there's some very good quality artificial ones. They look amazingly real, even feel real, but just the sense of the live ones around you, you know it's a living thing.
Right, because the fake ones don't breathe.
They don't breathe, all right.
The ficus,
Ficus benjamina, yep.
Ficus,
And they can be temperamental, but once they acclimate to their environment and you don't move them like this, they'll be fine. They don't lose a lot of leaves, and they'll grow well into the fluorescent lights too.
Oh, it's beautiful. And they get tall too, right?
Very tall, yeah. You get 20 feet tall.
Wow.
So, And some of the larger homes that we do will have large trees in there,
Uh-huh.
10, 15 foot.
When you get the
plants.
high ceilings,
Exactly.
you got room for it.
Exactly.
Good.
It's another good exchange. The fluorescent lights actually put out the UV rays that mimic the sun that the plants need to live. So they can actually live and grow underneath the fluorescent lights.
Oh,
a lot of people think
cool.
they can. They think,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
we have fluorescent lights. It's okay. They like it. This office is a little more stylishly decorated. They brought in, looks like some of the home elements, antique furniture and area rugs and that type of thing. So here we didn't use just the sleek black gloss pot, but we used something a little more in line with the decor of the chair, tying in with the fabrics in the chair so it looks a little bit more coordinated. This is also in the ficus family. This is a ficus Amstel King. And so this has more of a traditional tree look with the trunk and the branches and that type of thing.
I like the twisted branches like
Mhm.
that. That kind of gives it a decor element right there.
Absolutely, something a little bit different, a little bit interesting.
So what is, this looks like a fig.
Exactly.
It is?
We call that a fiddle leaf fig. And this is also a ficus. So ficus is a big family.
Yeah.
And some people don't relate one variety to another, realizing that it's a ficus. So,
But this has much larger leaves than
right,
the other ones.
right. So they call this a ficus lyrata or fiddle leaf fig.
It's
is the
really
comment.
pretty.
Yeah, thank you.
It's really pretty.
Something different. This one needs more natural light. That's why you see it by the window. Aside from the bottom line benefits of having plants in the workplace and the productivity that they increase and the air that they clean, they're just nice to have around. They're beautiful. I love having plants. I like the way they feel, I like the way they look, and I think that most people do.
Yeah.
They might not be aware of the scientific benefits of having plants, but they know that they enjoy having them.
That's good. I know I enjoy having
Yeah,
them. They
yeah.
kind of like my little pets.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, but we also have a nurturing instinct, and so we like to have something around that's living that we can nurture and see grow.
Exactly.